So did you, well, this is something I'm talking to you. Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah, just come back where you were, honey.
Okay.
Just move around behind you sometimes.
Okay.
So we can see them over your shoulder.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
All right. Well, I've been fighting a cold for a couple of weeks. Have you avoided that?
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky. Okay. Well,
I just
then.
wondered if you knew him. He lives up
I knew
there.
his one was going to tell me too, I think.
Okay. Well, y'all
Okay.
just tell me when okay. All right.
All right.
Well, I hear that you are quite the hot guitar picker these days, but I assume you're the only guit-steel picker in the country. I'm curious, what is a guit-steel? There it is, huh?
Yeah. There's the git and there's the steel, a guitar and steel combination, and I invented it because I wanted to play both instruments at the same time while I was singing.
Sure.
Which is very hard when you have to unplug one and plug into the other, and this way I just flip a switch, and it makes it a lot easier that way. I've got a bar here that I play the steel with, and that's in a little felt-lined hole here, and I can have that in and out in a split second, and I just flip a switch here, and just like that I'm on the other instrument. So it's good for me. It's not for everybody, folks. Don't try this at home.
I have heard that that this came to you, the idea for this came to you in a dream.
Right, yeah. And it was, I think, really because I needed it so bad. I was having to do what I just said, having to unplug in the middle of a song, and I just had this dream that I was doing it on one instrument. So I woke up and arranged the blankets. I got my guitar out and my steel out, and I put them on the bed, and I arranged the blankets around it to sort of form this shape, and to sort of visualize what it would look like, you know.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. So I'm curious with the instrument that you've created for yourself, and that's created something of a stir and a real distinct sound for you. Or who were the influences in your career? I mean, obviously this is unprecedented. There was no one that had a guit-steel before.
Right.
So
a lot of my ideas just come out of my own head, you know. So I have a lot of people that I've listened to. I try and listen to every. Lights went.
That's great.
No, it's part of the game, and it all helps, you know.
sure.
They must have turned something on out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are back.
Okay.
Okay.
We're rolling.
Can we just take up where we left off?
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
so influences though, there was
Right. Well, as you said, no one has ever come up with anything like this or invented anything like this before me. And a lot of that is the way my music is. A lot of it comes out of my own head. I've listened to a lot of people, but I picked up a few ideas here and there, but a lot of the ideas I just make up myself.
well, when I hear your music, I think I hear a little bit of some Johnny Cash. I hear more, or some Ernest Tubb. You know, I've read about the influences, and you can hear some of them, but it's a very distinct style that you have. But you've chosen, or you just create a more traditional style of music. And right now, with the new country, the young country, and the Garths and so forth, did you ever consider that might be a risky direction to go in, or did it even occur to you?
No, because I really didn't have anything to lose. I'd been, singing this style of music ever since I started in the late 60s, which was when I got out of high school and started playing in the clubs, and that's what I stuck with. And it wasn't really that well accepted because people thought of it as being old-timey and out-of-date and corny, and I did update it a little bit. I put a little bit of some of the wild guitar licks in there are not the slightest bit traditional country, but I try not to ruin the traditional country. I try and expand it without ruining it. And that's another sort of different thing that I don't think anybody's really gotten into too much. It's, so no, I didn't really think about whether it could be marketed or not. I just went for it, and gradually it got more accepted. And I tried to find out things that worked and things that didn't work, and you know, developed it that way.
Sure. Well, do you think that the fact that your music has become so hot? I mean, you're all over the place right now. Every time I pick up a magazine, you're in it.
All right.
Do you think that indicates that there may be a swing back to traditional country?
Yeah.
Or do you think that both can exist, the new country and the...
Yeah, I think everything. We're living in a society now where there's so much of a lot of different kinds of things, and I think it'll be hopefully something that will I'll bring back maybe some ideas that had been forgotten, and hopefully bring some new ideas. And then what's already popular now, it's not going anywhere. I don't think it's gonna what I do is gonna knock anybody else out of the saddle. I think there's room for everybody. You know?
Okay.
Did I answer that right?
Certainly, I was just curious about that, because there's been this preponderance of the real, the sort of in between rock country, and it's really nice to hear the traditional old style country. But then also, I'm curious, when you are performing for an audience, and from your standpoint, when you're up on stage, I would like to know what you see on the people's faces when you throw in a Hendrix riff, or you go into the blues or to surfer music.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the fun, see. It's just about when they think they've got you typecast as some guy who does old style stuff, you throw something at them that's not old style, and it surprises them, and I think they like that, and that's what I was talking about. As long as you can throw those different ideas in without ruining the country music, you're doing okay. If you start doing Waltz Across Texas with a screaming guitar lead, you're going to ruin it. You see, that's that kind of thing. If you put a screaming guitar lead into something else where it might fit, it's just fine line in there. But I try and keep that in mind all the time. Am I going too far? Am I not going far enough? And it's a balance.
As far as the lyrics, I mean, a lot of to-do has been made of your guitar style, the guit-steel that you play on, your voice, the traditional style. But the lyrics, it seems to me that, to me, the lyrics strike me as much as the music that you're playing. And I just wondered if people catch on to it fairly quickly, that your lyrics are, sometimes they're offbeat and sometimes bizarre. In a good way.
Well, I don't know what bizarre means. I mean, that could mean anything. It's nothing. I don't think there's anything really weird in there. I mean, it's just some of them are a little humorous. They'll put a smile on your face. Other ones are dead serious. So there's a lot of range in my writing, as well as the guitar playing. Yeah, a lot of it is, kind of put a smile on your face, humorous, but not comedy writing, not quite, silliness, just a little bit of fun, And then that's something that was sort of a big part of country music a while back, and that kind of went out. Everybody started getting real serious and trying real hard to be cool and not be laughed at, and so they didn't write really songs that had humor in there, and I do a little bit of that.
Do people catch on to that fairly quickly? I mean, it can sound fairly traditional, and then you come out with something like, you want to call the police and my wife thinks I'm dead.
You're wanted by the police.
You're wanted by the police. And
my wife thinks you're dead. Well, that could be traditional. It's not exactly, it's not really what you'd call modern sounding. It's just sort of funny, I don't know, maybe somebody else would take it different. Maybe they'd think it was weird or something because I use the word dead, but it's just funny, you know.
I understand that you and your wife, Tanya Ray, she's your rhythm guitarist, right? And do you work as a team, or is it sort of she's supportive of you musically? How does it work together? How do you two work together?
Well, I met Tanya several years ago, and I was working for Leon McAuliffe, who was the original steel guitar player with Bob Wills, and he wrote the steel guitar rag, a real legendary steel player, and he gave me a job teaching steel guitar and regular guitar up at a place called Rogers State College, which is up in Oklahoma, and she was one of my students. So that's how we met, and we just started picking together, you know, and then gradually fell in love, and on it went, and we are a team. We're very dependent on each other, and we're together all the time, of course, working together and living together and everything, and it works just great. I couldn't do it without her. She's got a rhythm guitar style which is just really great. I mean, it's so different than what most of the stuff you hear. You hear a lot of people they play rhythm guitar. It's like clang a clang a clang, and she's not like that at all. She's more of a what you'd call chunk rhythm, just like a drum. Just if you ever watch her right arm, it's like a locomotive. It's just so much power there, and a lot of the rhythm and the feel that my songs have come from her playing. And great singer too. I can't say enough good about her. Better not say anything bad about her.
She in the room?
I'm looking around. No, I wouldn't. No, she's just seriously just tops.
Sure. Well, what do you think? What do you see down the road? What do you think's next? Is this just beginning to? Yeah. What are down the rails?
More of the same. Just going to keep doing what I'm doing and writing more songs, and things are going really well. I have a lot of good people working for me, and that, of course, helps. Whoop, there went the light.
Yeah.
Hey, over here. Oh, she's on the other side. Yeah, just not see where the circle will be broken. Okay.
Pardon. Tonight we're talking country music, but not just any country music, Texas country music, with guit-steel picker Junior Brown.
Just one thing.
Okay.
What you need. Actually, you can start talking before he gets all the way around to you.
Yeah, I'll cue you a little bit earlier.
When you swing around to me, what do you mean?
See, I'm doing this.
Okay,
See,
gotcha.
I'm doing like this, and I'm going to end up like that.
Okay.
Yeah, like you were as you're just barely getting into.
I'll give you an earlier cue.
Okay.
You ready? Okay. You see me, Jorge? And here we go.
Tonight we're talking country music, but not just any country music, Texas country music, with guit-steel picker Junior Brown. But
Okay, see my foot?
Got you.
And here we go.
Tonight we're talking country music, but not just any country music, Texas country music, with guit-steel picker Junior Brown.
Good.